All right, welcome everyone to the Warner Ziegler Show. Today, reacting to NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch gives update after deadly mass shooting at Brooklyn's restaurants. There's a mass shooting in New York, and this has been very extensive. There are a lot of victims, a lot of people were killed, a lot of people were injured. And so, without further ado, let's react to her statement.
Ready, Delaney? All right. Good morning. The information I'm about to provide is preliminary and subject to change. I'm going to brief you on a shooting incident that occurred earlier this morning in the Crown Heights neighborhood of Brooklyn. The details are as follows. At approximately 3:27 a.m., the 911 call center started receiving multiple 911 calls about a shooting inside of 903 Franklin Avenue, which is a lounge known as Taste of the City. Officers arrived within minutes of the first 911 calls and found numerous gunshot victims inside of the location.
And it gives some perspective. This is on the rise. I mean, last week, a 14-year-old was fatally stabbed in the Bronx on a playground by a group of teens, and his 15-year-old friend found him dying. And even in the days since, a 13-year-old was stabbed by a 14-year-old in Queens, and a 17-year-old shot a rival teen in Times Square. And so what you see is a lot of these incidences is where it's actually not even adults committing these horrible incidents. It is teens, and they're able to get away with it because they aren't charged as adults. They're charged as being teens. And so again, these horrible incidences. I'm not sure about this case. I'm referencing other ones. I'm not sure if the person the horrible person who did this was a teenager, but there definitely needs to be a way of maybe a law or a bill that, hey, if you're 16 years old or you're 15 years old and you're committing like these heinous acts of stabbing people in playgrounds, you should be charged as an adult. What is the big significance between being 16 and 18 and doing such a heinous act? Well, I will let her continue.
Currently, we have identified 11 victims ranging in age from 27 to 61, 8 males and 3 females. 3 of the victims have already been pronounced: 1 male age 27, 1 male age 35, and 1 male of an unknown age. The 8 remaining victims are at local area hospitals with what is being described right now as non-life-threatening injuries. We are withholding victims' names pending family notifications, and the investigation into this incident is ongoing. What we know preliminarily is that there was a dispute inside of the crowded club that led to the shooting. We have multiple shooters involved in this shooting, and we have recovered at least 36 shell casings so far from what appears to be multiple guns. At this time, no one is in custody. Our detectives are canvassing available CCTV video in and around the location. Our detectives have also recovered a firearm in the vicinity of Bedford Avenue and Eastern Parkway. We're investigating at this time whether this firearm was tied to the shooting incident. I'll now take a few brief.
And I think she's going to later say some people believe that the shooting was gang related, meaning that one of the people who were doing the shooting were part of a gang, and there was a mishap, and of course, innocent victims are in the way, and they started shooting.
Questions.
Any questions? Yes. What's the magnitude? What's the magnitude of this type of shooting that your department's dealing with right now?
Well, we have, 11 people shot? 11 people shot, 3 dead. It's a terrible shooting that occurred in the city of New York. There's no other way to.
And it's been a pretty quiet, or lower numbers of shootings.
Yeah, I mean, we have the lowest number of shooting incidents and shooting victims 7 months into the year that we've seen on record in the city of New
And
York.
that's really the pivotal thing, right? And I don't think she's wrong. I actually maybe she is correct, but it's she has this tweet on Twitter. I don't know if I can pull it up right here, where she says we didn't have currently a mass shooting, and it got community posted because there was a mass shooting. And so maybe she is her this apparent truth she's saying is true. the statement. But it's just like it's kind of like this ominous thing where she says, "Well, there is no currently, there's very few. This is the lowest we got in." And then almost the next day, it seems there is another unfortunate mass shooting. It's like okay, we're not saying you're wrong, but it just seems very.
Thing like this is, of course, thank God, an anomaly, and it's a terrible thing that happened this morning. But we're going to investigate it and get to the bottom of what went down.
Next, CBS. Is there any history of a prior shooting taking place inside this location or not?
Yeah, we need to confirm this, but I did hear that there was a shooting at this location, non-fatal, in, I believe, November of 2024.
Anyone else? Were there any, if you're aware of any metal detectors, anything where they would have checked the weapon?
I don't know at this time.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Okay. All right, that's the end of it. Pray for the victims and their families. It's a horrible thing. I'll read a couple of the comments. It's very short. Usually my videos are much longer, so I'll look at some of the comments, and I'll do a little reaction to them. So let's see the top comments. The top comment is, "Let me guess, the perpetrator was out on bail and parole on 37 prior felonies." Of course, I don't know if this is true or not. I can't even speculate on it, right? But potentially, a lot of these times, they are repeated violent offenders who do these things. And if you look at their criminal record history, it's absolutely bizarre that they've been shown to be a quite violent person and they're not in jail, or they've been in jail for a very short amount of time. And I'll just read the other one. I don't know how this is involved. Did Alvin Bragg already let the system grow with no bail? I don't think so, no. And his last words, I think this is actually kind of, the other two I think are kind of poking at the bear. This is what I think the most important comment is so you're telling me that gun laws didn't prevent this, which is that there's extensive gun laws, and primarily in blue states. But the thing is, most of these people don't even get the guns legally. They get it illegally, meaning that they don't go and buy a gun in New York City. Somebody ships them a gun. It might be from a different state, sometimes from a different country. So a lot of these times, these extensive, restrictive gun laws really don't work because the people who do these crimes, the perpetrators, just don't go out and do it the legal way, do it the illegal way. Well, thank you for watching. I will catch you guys probably tomorrow. And yeah, peace.